what's up Taiwan? I'm Yvonne with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A research team is turning a potentially harmful byproduct from making pickles into useful fertilizer. Laura Stewart has more.
A local delicacy in the making. The town of Dapi in central Taiwan's Yunlin County is celebrated nationwide for its pickled mustard greens. But the pickling process produces waste that needs careful handling. These vats, filled with water left over from fermentation, are a cause of headaches for locals. The leftover liquid can't just be poured out, as the salty water could make the land infertile. Currently, the residue is processed by evaporation and crystallization, but even with the help of government subsidies, the treatment process is extremely expensive. But now a research team from National Taiwan University has found the unwanted waste product can be recycled for a useful purpose. It can be turned into fertilizer and then used to grow algae and other plants that are essential to fish farming.
把这个废水可以造成有用的一个营养源，循环再利用。那目前透过这套技术，可以把废水做成易肥，
就是这种所谓的生物循环再利用的一个技术。然后我们是希望以云林县为建立一个技术的平台，还有希望以结合云林县的这些农渔业，然后建立一个释放场域，然后希望透过这种所谓的资源循环再利用方式，帮助到所谓的渔民，他们让产品做价值。
By dealing with their wastewater problems while adding value to another area of local agriculture, the researchers are very much helping the town of Dapi out of a pickle. Andy Shuer and Laurel Stewart for TaiwanPlus.
It's World Vegetarian Month, a chance for hardcore carnivores to try something different. And in Taiwan, a pair of entrepreneurs are trying to demonstrate it's not as hard as you might think. Sadie Jensen went to meet them.
This is one of the most popular dishes in Taiwan, pork belly. But what's sizzling on the pan is a new take on an old favourite. This is a vegan pork belly developed by a Taiwanese-American startup called Lipid. The company has produced and patented a plant-based fat which resembles animal fat without harming any animals. It's now being served in some Taipei restaurants.
This could be a solution to the general kind of plant-based meat market because there isn't a quality plant-based fat that can mimic the mouthfeel, texture, and also the flavor delivery of animal fat.
It's a first in a country where traditional dishes are meat-laden and Western-style fast food is growing in popularity. It looks like pork belly, it smells like pork belly, and it certainly tastes like pork belly. But this bacon mac and cheese is much more than that. It's a turning point in Taiwan's growing trend towards veganism. Veganism, which avoids the use of all animal products, is on the rise in Taiwan. But many here, as Buddhists and Taoists, have long practiced meat avoidance in their diets. As for younger Taiwanese, according to one of the country's leading animal protection groups, they have other reasons for cutting back on meat.
很多年轻人都开始吃素。 气候变迁也是变成一个很及时，我们马上要面对的问题，大家都可以贡献。那个贡献就是你要从这个蔬食的多选择蔬食开始。
Research from the UK's Oxford University has found that a vegan diet results in 75% less climate heating emissions, water pollution and land use than meat-eating diets. But despite those statistics and wider climate consciousness, a domestic survey by the Environment and Animal Society in Taiwan showed that meat consumption continues to rise, reflecting the challenges faced by local consumers.
Just like me, I like braised pork belly, but at some point, I just don't want to, either I don't want to harm the animals, either I don't want to do that much harm to the environment, but I have a second choice.
The option might now be more readily available on the menu, but even with a vegan pork belly, encouraging consumers to make that choice could remain a tall order. Eason Chen and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
A designer in the UK has developed what she says is the world's first ice cream made from recycled plastic. a cold, delicious cup of vanilla ice cream. This might seem like the most refreshing way to beat the summer heat, but this scoop is more complicated than it looks. That's because the flavoring is derived from plastic. The dessert is actually an art installation in London called Guilty Flavors, the work of 27-year-old artist and designer Eleonora Ortolani. She says she wants to change the way we think about food.
The idea was to basically demonstrate that we have the tools today to rethink the food system we're living in a way. So the critique beyond this is presenting what I believe is the first sample of food made from plastic waste and presenting it in that way.
To make the ice cream, bacteria and enzymes are used to digest plastic used in bottles, packaging, and food containers. Another microbe is then added to turn that product into vanillin, the compound that gives vanilla its flavor. Despite its origins, the ice cream has to undergo the same regulatory and food standards processes as any other ingredient. And its developers want people to know it's safe.
A lot of the comments I've had and the feedback I've had has been concern around this idea of eating something that comes from plastic. And I've even had members of the public email me saying it's irresponsible to encourage people to eat plastic.
According to the UN Environment Program, about 400 million metric tons of plastic is produced globally each year, a number that's grown exponentially over the past 5 decades. And a huge part of that becomes waste, something that ended up being the inspiration for Ortolani's installation.
This project started from a very big frustration about how the plastic recycling system cannot keep up, and also that despite all the information around plastic production is not decreasing, it's actually increasing.
With her art project, Ortolani hopes to raise awareness of plastic pollution around the world and also of what she believes is a looming global food crisis. Alex Chen, Sandy Chi, and Yvonne Yang for TaiwanPlus. Jumping out of a plane and falling thousands of meters towards the earth is not a hobby that's for everybody. But that's not the case for a 104-year-old skydiver in the U.S. who's just taken a record-breaking plunge. Bing Wang has the story.
One for the books. 104-year-old Dorothy Hoffner tumbles out of a skydiving plane in Chicago and falling 4,000 meters to the ground, officially becoming the oldest person to skydive.
Because it's a wonderful feeling. Just, to see the earth under you. So pretty. Sunday was a beautiful day. And all that green grass down there, wonderful.
Born and raised in Chicago, Hoffner first tried skydiving at 100 years old. When a new record for oldest person ever to skydive was set in May 2022 by a 103-year woman from Sweden, Hoffner set her sights on breaking that record. Hundreds of people watched her 7-minute descent to the ground and into the record books.
I think a lot of people that were sitting and watching it, or maybe watching this, maybe thinking, God, if she can do it, why can't I?
When Hoffner first skydived 4 years ago, she had to be pushed out of the plane, but this time she confidently jumped out head first. She hopes to inspire others to try new things.
I think if you have the opportunity to go and enjoy it. And you would enjoy it.
Hoffner will turn 105 in December and is looking to explore other heights by going on a hot air balloon trip next summer. Chris Ma and Bing Wong for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we'll leave you with images of newborn leopard cubs at a zoo in Peru. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care, and I'll see you next time.